If you are in need of a new adventure, why not take a trip to Hong Kong? There are so many beautiful sights to see across this vibrant city. You can get outside, explore, and soak in the culture. To learn more about this once-in-a-lifetime trip and what it could look like for you, we welcome Krissy Vann with our partners at the Hong Kong Tourism Board. Good morning, Krissy.
Good morning.
Well, we're very excited to hear about Hong Kong a little further. So tell us what your journey was like.
Well, that's the beauty, honestly. The journey was in the initial travel. We all know air travel sometimes, long flight. You're like, I want this to be quick. Not when you travel with Cathay Pacific. The food on board was incredible. I think it was the one time where I was like, I could stay here a little longer. They have a ton of traditional eats, excellent service. So you arrive to the destination rested. And then I hopped over to the Park Lane Hotel, which was beautiful in the heart of Causeway Bay. So you have the vibrant, bustling city of Hong Kong at your doorstep. If you want to do some shopping, hit a rooftop bar. And then at the same time, you're across the street from Victoria Park. So if you're needing to stretch the legs, take a little scenic walk in nature, that's also right at your doorstep.
This sounds like a trip of a lifetime, and you kind of showed there in that video that the vibrant city skyline. So tell us about what surprised you the most about the outdoor spaces there.
Well, I am a West Coast woman, and I'm used to frolicking in the outdoors, and exactly that. You think of Hong Kong, and it does have this incredible skyline to take in day or night. However, you're also at the doorstep of incredible outdoor experiences. So the Peak Tram, dating back to 1888, you can go all the way up. Beautiful green skyline to enjoy. But one of my favorite and most surprising were the beach destinations. So I went to a fishing village called Sai Kung. Amazing seafood, by the way, and I know we're going to be talking about the food, but from there you can take a little boat over to places like Sharp Island, where the water is turquoise, the sand is incredible, there's tons of rich cultural history happening all at the same time. So a true feast for the senses for the outdoor lovers, and I think that's what's great about Hong Kong. You get the balance of vibrant city life, but when you are looking to slow down, which I think is important on any vacation that we're well overdue for, you have all of that available to you to really get immersed in nature. So great for the hiker, the swimmer, the surfer, or the beach lounger.
Something for everyone, which we love. So when it comes to the cuisine, like you mentioned, what is something that stood out for you in terms of the dining experience?
Well, you and I were talking before we hopped on here, and you asked when I was there last. November 2024, I think I'm still working off some of the dumplings. I was just so impressed by the traditional experiences, like going to a traditional tea house where you do get that dumpling experience. It's a little bit of a chaotic atmosphere in the best way. And then in the same breath, you can spend the afternoon at a Michelin-rated restaurant like Wing, where you're having this elevated Cantonese cuisine, or hop to the street in a temple or in a market where you can be sampling left and right, which I did because you have to do the due diligence, or a Dai Pai Dong where you see the fire just bursting from the meal they're making for you street side. So whether you're just in a plastic table and chairs on the side of the road getting traditional eats to the most elevated experiences, I can tell you one thing for sure, you won't be able to do everything in one trip. You're going to be booking the return just for the eats alone.
I could only imagine. Well, thank you so much for filling us in, Krissy.
Thank you.
Sounds like a trip of a lifetime. So that was Krissy Vann with our partners at the Hong Kong Tourism Board.
All right, now it's time for you to win your chance to go to Hong Kong.
Yes, this prize includes round-trip flights on Cathay Pacific, 4 luxurious nights at the Park Lane, Hong Kong. Let me tell you, it is luxurious. $1,000 spending money, and a 3-day pass granting access to over 20 amazing attractions. So there are night markets, there are temples, there are so many different types of cuisine, and you can just get on board and get to Hong Kong because it's a fabulous time.
It's a fabulous place. It's really one of those bucket list cities that I think everybody should get to visit. So enter by going to ctvatlantic.ca or use that QR code to bring you right to the contest page. And yeah, good luck to you. We hope you win.